Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about dynamic SQL in SQL Server. This is the 7th video in this dynamic SQL video series. So each video I will try to explain different examples so that you'll get more knowledge and more understanding about dynamic SQL. So please try to watch if you did not watch so far. Let's go to the SQL Server Management Studio. There we can understand the demo. So in this example, I am using the table employee table. So let's try to understand what data it contains, what are the columns it has. Try to execute it. We can see that there are 286 rows and this number of columns available in this table. Now in this example, so I will try to create a procedure. Whatever the output we are getting from the procedure, I will try to insert into some other table, like whether it is physical table or temporary table. How to do that we are going to see in today's video. Let's try to create a procedure first. Create procedure, get dynamic data. In this, I'll try to use two parameters. One is manager ID, another one is title, and gender. I'll try to use gender varchar. We can use any parameter, no problem. As begin and so whatever the code we are trying to write, we are writing in between this begin and end block. So I'll try to write select from tbl employee. So instead of taking all the columns from this tbl employee table, I'll try to take only the selected columns like employee ID and manager ID, title, gender, matter status, birth date. So these are the columns I'll try to take from this table. Okay, now I'll try to pass the parameters to filter the data, where manager ID equal to, so pass the parameter manager ID, and gender equal to, so gender, so and end. Now the procedure has been completed for coding purpose. Let's try to create. So before that, I thought it's already available. I'll drop the procedure with the same name, procedure, execute it. Now procedure dropped successfully. Now I'll try to create. Here I'm taking two parameters, so I'm trying to filter the data by using these parameters. Let's try to execute it. So procedure execute successfully. Now I'll try to call the procedure, execute, get dynamic data. So manager ID 3 as well as gender is equal to male. Here I'm passing manager ID as a 3 and gender is equal to male. Let's try to execute it. So we are getting 5 number of records, right? Manager ID 3 and gender is equal to M. So I'll try to pass female also, no problem. It will give the output. So it's working fine as we expected. What are the parameters passing? Based on excuse me, based on the data is getting filtered, and finally we are able to see the result set. But as for our requirement, what are the output we are getting from the procedure, we want to insert into some other table. How to do that we are going to see. So for that I'm creating a table definition. Create table temp data. So here I'm creating 5 columns because I want to capture all these columns information into the temporary table. Employee ID, integer, manager ID integer, title, varchar, 100, gender is varchar 100, matter status varchar 100. So I'm creating a table temp data, these number of columns, because whatever the output you are getting from this procedure we want to store into this temporary table. Let's try to execute it. Now temporary table created successfully. Now we'll try to insert this procedure data into this temporary table. For that we have to write insert into temp data. Try to execute it. So we got 2 rows affected. It means that we have inserted 2 rows of data. Let's try to fetch the temp table. Two rows, right? It's working fine. Now I'll try to change the mail. We'll see whether it's working or not. 5 rows. Let's try to verify same thing in the temporary table also. So now female, see first 5 rows are gender is equal to male and 2 rows are female. It means that whatever the data we are getting from the procedure by passing the parameter, we will try to insert into this temporary table. It's working fine. But even whether it is possible to insert the whatever the data coming from the dynamic SQL parameterized into this temporary table or not, we are going to see that is also example. So already explain how to write dynamic SQL, so please try to watch if you did not watch, so that you'll get easy understanding. So I'm trying to take this code instead of writing again one more time. So here I'm passing the parameters where manager id equal to manager id and gender equal to gender. Now comma, we need to define the parameter definition here. For manager id integer, for gender it's a varchar. Now we need to pass the values. So manager id equal to 3, gender equal to male. Now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to write a dynamic SQL with parameterized. So for these two parameters I'm trying to define this definition of these two parameters and finally passing the values to these parameters. Let's try to execute. We'll see whether it's working or not. So it's working fine. Now I will give some other value, 6. Yeah, it's working fine. So this time, so here when I execute this dynamic SQL, it's giving the output, but I want to store this output into some other temporary table. So how to do that? We'll try to see this also. Here we need to just insert into temp data. Now I'll try to execute. Here we are executing 6. First we'll try to verify what data it contains the temporary table. So in temporary table we can see only manager id 3 only, but here we are passing manager id 6. Let's try to execute. So 3 rows affected. Now I will try to verify in the temporary table. So now we can see, right? So just now we have executed manager id 6. It's giving 3 records and same thing inserting it to this temporary table. So we can insert by using procedure. So whatever the output we are getting from the procedure, we can insert into this by using like this, as well as dynamic SQL also we can do that. So these are the ways we can insert temporary what are the output we are getting from the procedure or dynamic SQL into this temporary table. I hope you like this video. If you have any questions or queries, so please send me an email or drop your comments in the comment section, so that I will try to reply as soon as possible. So please try to watch all the videos. I'm covering all the scenarios, so I hope it helps you. Thank you so much. So please subscribe my channel. Thank you.